Jack Brennan rode his Appaloosa down the narrow trail, rifle slung across his back, eyes scanning the ridgeline. 3 years he'd been drifting, ever since the war turned good men into shadows of themselves. He wasn't looking for trouble. Trouble found him anyway. She appeared at the river bend like something from a fever dream. An Apache woman, knee-deep in crystalline water, her dark hair catching sunlight that turned it copper and gold. She moved with the grace of someone who belonged to this land in ways he never would. When she glanced up, her eyes met his, obsidian sharp, unafraid. "You're on our land, Nakaye," she said, voice steady as stone. Jack dismounted slowly, hands visible. "Didn't mean to trespass, ma'am, just passing through." "No one just passes through Apache territory." She stepped from the water, buckskin dress clinging to her frame. "I'm Desba, and you should leave before my father finds you." But Jack didn't leave. Days turned to stolen moments, secret meetings where the aspen trees whispered their conspiracy. She taught him words in her language. He shared stories of a world beyond the mountains. Her laughter sounded like water over smooth stones. His hands, calloused from violence, learned gentleness in the spaces between her fingers. Then came the night Chief Nantai discovered them. The chief emerged from the shadows like thunder taking human form. War paint still faint on his weathered cheeks, silver braids decorated with eagle feathers and battle honors. 6 warriors flanked him, rifles ready. "You dare touch my daughter?" Nantai's voice could have split granite. Jack stood between Desba and her father, hands raised but spine straight. "I love her, Chief, honorably." "Love?" The chief spat the word like poison. "You white men and your hollow words. You love like you conquer, taking what isn't yours, leaving destruction behind." He stepped closer, eyes burning with decades of betrayal. "I've buried 3 sons because of men who looked like you, lost my wife to your cavalry's scorched earth, and now you think you can have my daughter." "Father," Desba began. "Silence." Nantai raised a scarred hand. His gaze locked onto Jack's. "You have one chance, Nakaye. Leave. Tonight. Ride until these mountains are memory. Because if I see you near Desba again, I will gut you and feed your body to the coyotes. This is mercy. The only mercy you'll receive." The warriors cocked their rifles. Jack looked at Desba, tears streaming down her face. Hands clasped over her mouth. Every fiber of his being screamed to fight, to stay, to damn the consequences. But he saw the old chief's pain, understood it. The man wasn't cruel. He was protecting the only family he had left from a world that kept taking and taking and taking. "I'm sorry," Jack whispered to Desba. Then to Nantai, "I'll go." He mounted his horse as his heart splintered into pieces sharper than obsidian. Behind him, Desba's sob echoed through the canyon, a sound that would haunt his dreams for weeks to come. 6 weeks passed like open wounds that wouldn't heal. Jack rode north, found work breaking horses for the cavalry fort at Silver Creek. But every sunset reminded him of copper hair and firelight. Every river whispered her name. He'd done the honorable thing, walked away, respected her father's command. Then word came that changed everything. "Apache camp got hit," the fort commander announced. "Rogue militia, settlers looking for revenge after that raid last month. They're saying Chief Nantai's dead. Village burned." Jack's blood turned to winter. He rode 3 days without stopping, his Appaloosa near collapse when he finally reached the canyon. Smoke still hung in the air like mourning cloth. Charred lodges stood like broken ribs against the evening sky. Bodies, too many bodies, lay scattered across ground stained dark. Jack moved through the devastation, horror choking him. "Nakaye." The voice was barely audible. Jack spun, saw movement near the collapsed medicine lodge. He ran, fell to his knees beside the figure half buried in ash and debris. Chief Nantai, gut shot, bleeding out, eyes clouding with approaching death. "Chief!" Jack cradled the old warrior's head. "She's alive," Nantai rasped. "Took survivors to the sacred caves, 3 miles north." Blood bubbled at his lips. His hand gripped Jack's shirt with fading strength. "I was wrong about you. Save your strength. Listen." The chief's eyes focused with desperate intensity. "My sons died with honor. My wife died free. But I almost destroyed my daughter's chance at love because of my pain." His breathing grew ragged. "She needs someone strong, someone who respects our ways, but can help her survive. Yours." "I'll find her," Jack promised. "I swear it." "Protect her, Shinashi, my son." Nantai's hand fell slack. His eyes, finally at peace, stared unseeing at the stars emerging overhead. Jack closed the chief's eyes, placed a stone on his chest in the Apache way Desba had taught him. Then he rose and ran for his horse. The sacred caves opened like cathedral mouths in the cliff face. Jack called her name, voice echoing off ancient stone. Warriors emerged first, battered, suspicious, weapons raised. Then she appeared. Desba stood at the cave entrance, moonlight painting her silver. Her dress was torn, ash in her hair, grief carved into her beautiful face. When she saw him, she froze. Jack. He closed the distance between them, pulled her into his arms as she collapsed against him. Her sobs shook them both, for her father, her people, her shattered world. "He gave us his blessing," Jack whispered into her hair. "At the end, said I should protect you, said he was wrong about me." She pulled back, eyes searching his face. "You came back." "I never should have left." He cupped her face in his hands. "Your father was right to test me, right to make sure I was worthy. But I'm here now, Desba, and I'm not leaving again. Not ever." "My people need our people," Jack corrected gently. "If you'll have me, I'll help rebuild. Fight for them. Learn your ways completely. Whatever it takes." Desba kissed him then, fierce and desperate and full of tomorrow's promise. Around them, the surviving Apache watched. Some nodded approval. Others remained uncertain. But one old warrior, scarred and gray, stepped forward. The chief spoke truly in his last breath. He said in heavily accented English, "You ride with us now, Nakaye. You protect this woman, you protect our people. You fail, you die, understand?" Jack met his gaze without flinching. "Understood." As dawn broke over the canyon, Jack and Desba stood together watching the sunrise paint the world in shades of redemption. Behind them, survivors began emerging from the caves. Children, elders, warriors, a people broken, but not defeated. Desba's hand found Jack's. "My father used to say the canyons remember everything, every battle, every love, every sacrifice." "Then they'll remember this," Jack said, "how we rebuilt, together." She smiled, sad and beautiful and full of defiant hope. Together. Somewhere above, an eagle cried out. The canyon winds carried the sound like a blessing from Chief Nantai himself, a father's final gift to the daughter he loved and the cowboy brave enough to prove himself worthy. Thanks for watching this tale from the untamed frontier, where love proves stronger than prejudice and redemption rides on the wind. And don't forget to subscribe for more cinematic Western stories that'll make your heart race and your soul ache for the open range.